Okay, so if you're like me, you've seen the hacky sack craze that is everywhere right now. I let my crochet ADHD get away from me, and I made probably over 20, like probably 25 or something like that, before I realized what I was doing wrong, and I had to cut them all and destroy them all. It was horrible. So let me tell you what I was doing wrong, and we're gonna figure this out together because I should have listened to everybody. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Sarah, and we embrace that crochet ADHD here and we have fun doing it. And today we're going to talk about those hacky sacks. And so I want to start off by saying that I probably wasted around $10 on beans. Everyone was talking about poly pellets, but I was not familiar with them. And I was like, beans are way more cheaper. I'm just going to go get beans. Isn't that what they used to be made out of anyways? I mean, poly pellets haven't been around forever. I started out with like lentils, I want to say, and those are way too small. Don't do that. They fit right through the holes. Okay. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I did a bigger bean. I forget what it was. It was like a brown bean. I forget what bean it was. I don't like beans. So I don't know all the beans. Okay. But it was some brown bean, but they were too big and I couldn't get the weight for how many stuffed in there. Like it wasn't enough. So that didn't work either. I finally settled on navy beans and I bought a big thing because I tried it with a little one and I was like, this is perfect. So I went and spent more than $2 a bag. I think I bought like 3 bags or whatever. I think this is like 6 pounds um, full of navy beans. And what I've learned is that it's about a third of a cup of navy beans. But the thing that I ran into was I let my ex-husband and my daughter play with a hacky sack. I gave him to him because he used to be all about the hacky sacks when he was younger, so he knows how to use them. Within 10 minutes, these little beans were breaking apart and were the flakes of them were coming through the stitches of the hacky sack. And so all of the hacky sacks that I made like 20 of them. None of them were going to work and I had to cut them all up. I should have listened to everybody. Okay. Now, one thing that I am still okay with using the beans. People were saying, they were going to get wet and moldy. And the thing is that people don't traditionally let their hacky sacks get wet for that reason. A lot of them keep good care of them or they don't leave them outside. And if they do, you can expect it to get destroyed just because most things you leave outside get destroyed. So I'm like, it's going to last a long time. And if months down the road it does start getting all messed up, then they'll come back and buy another one. I'm selling them for $5. So I'm not too worried about like the mold thing. I really don't think that that's a big issue because I don't see it happening that often. Now, I did go and buy some poly pellets, and I'm not sure how much I spent on this. I want to say I spent like close to $20. This was more expensive than I wanted to buy, but these are really tiny. Those are freaking tiny. They're like fish pellet rock things, which I've also heard of people using with like the rocks at the bottom of the fish tank. But these are weighted, and so we're going. Oh, I didn't realize I had the bag upside down. But yeah, they're poly pellets. They're weighted stuffing beads, and so I figured today what we're gonna do is I will put the screen up here somewhere. I figured today what we're going to do is I'm going to put the pattern up here on the screen and you guys can just make them with me. This is the pattern that I have. I actually have 2 patterns, one for like a thinner yarn and one for like if you use a red heart. So the difference is literally 1 row of increases and decreases, but I did take some more advice from y'all and I purchased a big box of these disposable foot socks. So I have not used these yet, but everyone said that, you could use these or nylons or something, and you put everything inside of here, all of the little rocks and stuff like that, and you can just tie them up, and they're perfect size. They're just small, and you can tie them up and put them inside the hacky sack, and that would stop the pellets and the beans from coming out. So now that I have these, this might actually solve my problem with the beans, and the beans are a lot cheaper than the pellets. Okay, so today's experiment, we are going to use these all three or three. We're going to make 3 hacky sacks and we're going to use these in all 3 of them. One of the hacky sacks is just going to be the beans, and I'm going to see if this fixes that problem with them falling out. I'm going to do another hacky sack with half beans and half pellets and see if I can find like a combination that works. And then I'm going to do one with just the pellets and see how many pellets it takes, because I really feel like the pellets aren't going to work. I feel like they're too small and it'll be too heavy for how many pellets are in there. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it'll be enough pellets. So, but let's see, we're going to do this together. Okay, so I will go ahead and put the pattern right here on the screen, and you are going to need a 4.5 millimeter hook. I know a lot of people use a 4, but this is the one I like, so this is the one I'm using. Yeah, you're gonna need a needle, like a darning needle, sew in the end, and a pair of scissors. That's all you're gonna need. Okay, so I am actually starting off with this Red Heart Super Saver because I like how thick it is and I love the colors. Hacky sacks don't need to be soft, so I'm not worried about it. I also have a scale. It is important that your hacky sacks weigh a certain amount. It's like between 45 and 60 grams, I want to say, which is like 2.1 ounces. Not sure if I'm doing the math right. I have it written down somewhere. Yeah, 2.1 ounces. I'm good. 2.1 ounces equals 60 grams is what I believe it is. So anything around there, like, 1.7, 1.8, like it's all good. I think I heard that like the heavier ones are for more skilled, or is it the lighter ones that are for more skilled, like beginners, or I don't know. Either way, I have a scale. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start making it. And I'll probably end up doing this like in a faster, like I'll probably end up doing the speed faster so that you guys don't have to sit here through the entire time of me making these hacky sacks. Because technically I could probably sit here and like talk your ear off the whole time, but I don't know if anyone wants to just sit here and listen to what I have to say. So let's see, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, you're also going to need a stitch marker. Duh. So don't forget your stitch marker. Okay, so I just wanted to stop the time lapse real quick just to show you guys that the piece I'm working on right now, this is about 2.5 inches, and I have stopped on row 4. I've stopped increasing on row 4. I increased to 2 between the increases. And now I'm going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I just did that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 5. I'm going to do 5 rows of single crochet and then I'm going to start decreasing. Now, if you are using a yarn that is not Red Heart, I do add 1 more row of increases here, but I do a single crochet of 5 and then an increase. So it goes from increase, 1 single crochet, then increase, 2 single crochet, then increase, and then that next row is going to jump to 5 because I really feel like that doesn't make it too big because it's really only supposed to be about 2.5 inches wide. And so if you are using like a thinner yarn, it could be a 4-ply yarn, but just not Red Heart because I really feel like that's like a thicker yarn, regardless of the ply. You're going to increase to do that. You're still going to do your 5 rows of single crochet. And then when you start doing your decreases, you're going to decrease by 5. Or you're going to do your 5 single crochets and then your decreases, and then go to your 2 single crochet and then your decreases. I usually stop after I do my 2 single crochet and then the decrease to stuff it. So that is where I will be stopping next. Okay, so if you have been watching me laugh my ass off this whole time, I'm watching Friends. It's like the best. And it was the episode where what was it? Um Joey explains to them how he was dating that woman named Ginger and he threw her leg into the fire. And then and then Kathy and and then Monica was dating Richard's son and they kissed out on the balcony. It was hilarious. Oh no, I just dumped like 50 beads or beans. Oh crap. Okay, I have dropped this like 3 times. I'm gonna weigh this. Yeah, grams. Grams is fine. Oh, that's way too many. Why does that feel like too many? It's supposed to be 2.1 ounces, right? Let me switch this to ounces. I feel like that'll help me keep track better. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, 2 ounces. Okay, so this is 2 ounces. And I guess I'm just going to tie this up. See how many grams that is. How many grams was it? 58 grams, so that's pretty good. It's within the amount. So I'm just gonna tie this real tight because you can tie these in a pretty tight knot. Okay, got all my beans. This is gonna be the one with just the beans. I'm going to cut off all this excess right here. Hopefully that knot doesn't come out. This is what everybody online has been saying to use, and I feel like maybe I should have listened to them. So here's this, and it's going to go directly into this. Feels like a little bit, like a little bit stuffed too much. Probably should have done a little bit less, but you know, it's fine. We'll figure it out. Okay, so now I just did my single crochet 2 decrease, and now I'm going to do my single crochet 1 decrease all the way around. Okay, now that I've finished this, I'm going to do single, wow, I can't speak. I'm going to do the decreases in every stitch around. I actually don't do it 6 times. I do it 5 times because I feel like if you do it 6, it creates like this little bump on the top, and I don't like that. So I'm not going to do it all the way around. I'm going to leave 2 stitches at the end. What was I going to say before? Let me rack my brain real quick. Okay, I do a slip stitch into the next stitch after I'm done. Do my chain 1. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to let you guys know that I actually do this in the spiral. I don't do rounds because we want a nice finished look, no seam. So take out my thing and let's sew up this end. Now when I sew, I go through the front loops only, just like the invisible decrease. I'm going to tie this in a knot around a stitch, just like that. I'm going to poke it back through. Oh, wait. Gotta be careful when I do that because I don't want to poke a hole in the nylon. Oh my gosh. Okay, I hope I didn't just poke a hole in the nylon. Okay, let's go through off the side somewhere. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. I just stabbed it right down. Okay, this is these. Okay, I feel like it's a little full. Let's reweigh it. 66 grams. This is way too full. It is because of the yarn. Let's see how many ounces. 2.2. Really? That's a difference of that many grams? Oh, 6.4. Okay, now it's saying 6.4. 6.2. Okay, can you decide on a weight, please? Okay, so it's a little overweight, but I feel like that'll even be better because if it bursts, it'll be more likely to burst right now, and this is just the beans that I need to know. So I just need to remember, let me write this down, that this is just beans. I'm going to write navy beans. Okay, this is navy beans. Wow. So I just realized that I didn't have my mic plugged in that whole time. So I apologize if the sound was different for that little bit. I'm back now. Okay, so I just made that. That one was navy beans. I labeled it. It came out a little bit overweight in case you couldn't hear me. I'm going to continue working on another one. I'm going to make another one, and this one is going to be half and half. Or maybe I should do, well, whatever. We're going to make 3. We're going to do one with beans, one with pellets, and then one half and half and see how it works. So let's go. Okay, so I now have the second one done, and this one I'm going to fill with the poly pellets. So let me open this bag. Definitely going to have to put this in another bag. Let me get a different bag. This is not reclosable, resealable, reclosable. Ooh. So I want to stop them from getting everywhere. Let's see if I have better luck than I did with the beans. Got it. I got it. Those feel, ew, they smell chemically. Smell like a chemical smell. Oh, they feel really cool though. That's awesome. I like that. I could probably sit here all day and do that. Okay. Ugh, maybe not. Okay. Let's get another one of the socky things. Foot socks. Oh, sorry, kitty. Smokey just got fixed and she has been laying under my desk because she doesn't want to jump up onto it. I don't blame her. Trying to stop the parkour from happening. Okay, I'm going to turn on my scale. I'm actually going to try to do this a certain way. I'm going to weigh this first. Okay. Doesn't even weigh anything. How can it not weigh anything? Maybe my scale's broken. It's so light, I guess it doesn't weigh anything. Okay, so there's no point in zeroing that out. Let's zero out this so I can pre-measure those. Now let's get some poly pellets and see how much. This is about a half of a third. That's 24 grams. That is way not enough. Yeah, see, that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought it wasn't going to be enough. I thought it wasn't going to be enough. 48 grams. That is within, okay, 50. We'll go with that because this is completely full. Oh God, please don't spill. Please don't spill. Please don't spill. Oh, I got it. Okay. I don't know. I guess I could probably take some out and still be okay, right? Because I don't want it to be too full. Wait, it's supposed to be 40 something grams, right? 40 grams to 60 grams. I took some out and it was too much. 30 grams. Yeah, it's not even enough. Oh my goodness. Okay. I took too many out. 36, still not enough. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the poly pellets. I'm thinking my hypothesis as of right now, 44, I'm going to stop. My hypothesis right now is that I'm going to like the beans still and that I just needed these nylon things because I feel like this is even too big. Too big. Tie that nice and tight. Cut off the excess. Okay. I'm going to stuff it in there. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's too big. Okay, so this is not going to work. It's it's not going to work. There's too many poly pellets to get it even 44 grams. And the standard, I believe, is like 45 to 60. So it's even technically less. This is not going to work. Okay, so I guess ball number 2 is not going to work. Just poly pellets. Let me cut this open, put this back. So I guess that solved that question. Now I'm going to grab another sock and we will do half beans, half pellets, and we'll see if that works. Where's my measuring cup? There we go. Let's see. Let's put some beans in here. Grab some pellets. Fill that up. Maybe a mixture of the two is about half and half. Maybe that'll work. Oh, my scale turned off. Goodness gracious. Oh, okay. Well, I can't pre-weigh this now because my scale turned off. Let's see. It's about half and half. 40. 38. Okay. So let's see. Considering this might actually be a better way to do it because then you can, no matter what size the ball is, you can adjust it. Like if you only need a little bit more, you could use the pellets. And if you need a lot more, you could use the beans. But I think I just need a little bit more for the size of my hacky sack. So I'm going to go with just a little bit more pellets. I feel like I should like mix this up real well. Let's weigh it. 44. Let's do a tiny bit more. Let's get it up to regulation at least, right? 45, 46. Okay, let's stop there. This is a much better size. I think that's doable. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna tie this in a knot. Supposed to be going swimming this afternoon over my bestie's house, but I'm here doing this with you guys, so hopefully she is cool with waiting. She probably is. Where are the big scissors I just had? There they are. Okay, let's cut this off. That's why they're over there. Okay, let's try this. That's better. I feel like it's still a little big. Let's see. Let's see if I can close this. Maybe I'll do, I know I did I already did my decrease round, but maybe I'll go back and just do one more round of single crochet just to bring the length up a little bit. So I think that's what I'll do. So instead of 6 rows or 5 rows, I'm going to have 6. Let's see, 1, 2. So that's the first stitch right there. Come on, get around there. Okay, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pull out this last row of decreases. Ooh, ooh, a little string from the nylon got hooked around my yarn. Ooh, okay. So let's see. Maybe if I just give it one more row, that'll solve that problem. I don't know. I still think I like the beans better. They're cheap, way cheaper than the poly pellets, and you get way more. Like I said, I have like, I think it's like 8 pounds because they're sold in like 2 pound bags. And I bought like 3 bags and they're like $2 each. So 2 4 6, I spent $6 for on 8 pounds as opposed to the poly pellets, which how big is this bag? Ooh, I gotta empty out that trash. 2 pound bag for like 20 bucks. Actually, I can tell you exactly how much I spent on it. Give me 1 second. Pull up my Amazon. Let's go to orders. Poly, poly pellets. Click on those. 14.99. Okay, so I spent $15 as opposed to 2. Okay. And already I have to adjust my pattern. Well, already I couldn't use just one bag. I couldn't use just the poly pellets because there was too many of them needed for the pattern I have. And you're not supposed to make the ball any bigger because balls are regulation size. So already I'm having to like adjust the whole thing for this. I did another row, single crochet. Now I'm going to do my decrease by 2. I think that that brought up the length pretty good. I'm going to do my single crochet of 2 and then the decreases to try to close it around it. I don't want to keep going up. It's just going to make it a big ball. So we're just going to stuff this in here and we are going to make it work. I want to go swimming. Although it's not supposed to be as hot as today as it was yesterday. Like yesterday was like over 90 degrees. And for Oregon in June, that's a little early to be that hot, especially when like we still have snow runoff, even though it didn't really snow that much this last year. But like the waters are still too cold. So when it's this hot and the water is still too cold to go swimming, I stay inside. Although my best friend has a pool, so she called me yesterday and she was just like, "My husband's out of town, because he drives and kids are gone." And she's like, "I'm bored." And I'm like, "Come over." And she's like, "I have a pool. You come over." So I am going over her house soon. Very true. Although, if it's really only like 70 degrees out there, I'm not getting in that pool. I have thyroid disease, and when I get too cold, my body starts like convulsing. I start like flopping like a fish, and it's not pretty. Freaks everybody out, and it's painful. So I have to be extremely careful about where I go swimming and all that fun stuff because my body's internal thermometer doesn't work. Getting through it. I hope you guys just like how I'm droning on for this entire closing process. I also started writing a book. It's actually the second book I have written, but this time I think I'm going to go with traditional publishing and I'm like on chapter 9. Pretty obsessed with it. I have to finish it and write like this really big climax scene where like the guy catches the bad guy and stuff like that. It's going to be really fun. Got a lot of twists and turns in it. It was starting off as like a romantic suspense, but I really feel like there's more suspense with like maybe just a little bit of romance thrown in. So it's fun. Really excited about it. I love being creative, but I had to make myself record today because I'm like obsessed with this book. It's one of the drawbacks about ADHD. I hyper focus on things and I've worked really hard for this channel with you guys and I don't want to let it suffer. So here I am. We're making hacky sacks together like I said we would. Okay, done. I'm gonna go ahead and take the pattern off the screen now so I can sit in the middle and be comfortable. Okay, let me sew this in and then I'm gonna go get my daughter and her friend because today's Tuesday and my ex-husband will not be here today. So I am going to have my daughter and her friend play with the hacky sacks and we will record them. It'll be awesome. And we'll see which one holds up. Let's remember that this green one is half and half. It's got half pellets and half beans. And the other one, this one, is all beans. I think I like the bean one better. I'm not gonna lie. Oops, forgot to tie it in a knot. Let's get this tied and we will go find my daughter. Oh, I was careful this time. I didn't poke it through. Oh, thank you. So we have 2 hacky sacks instead of 3. This one is way firmer than this one, which is surprising because I thought this one was going to be firmer. But yeah, oh yeah, see? That's what I don't like when you decrease all the way to the end like that. I don't like that. So just kind of push that. Yeah, this one feels way more firmer. It feels like it's about to burst at the seams. I squeeze it and you can see all those stitches. Look at that. This one I squeeze and there's nothing. Squeeze it. Oh, there we go. You can finally get some. Look at the difference. Yeah, no, I like this one better. But let's go see. Okay, so here is my daughter Madeline and her friend Miko, and they are going to test out the hacky sacks. Okay,
no.
Okay, which one are you guys using first? Let's start with one first. The green one? Okay, that one is half and half. Half beans and half poly pellets. I feel like it's too heavy. I feel like it's too firm.
Wait, you said I could just throw it on the ground?
Yeah, sure. Just throw it as hard as you can.
I
wanna. Okay, now do we want to look at it and let's look at it and see what it looks like now. Let's see if anything's happening to it.
Nothing seemed to happen.
Nothing's coming out?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh. What's
Some
that?
of the beans are breaking, like last time.
Yeah, but is something coming out right there?
A bean.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
Is that a bean or a pellet?
I don't think it's a bean, actually. I think that might be a pellet.
Oh, actually, that might just be the nylon. That might be where the thing is right there for the nylon. Okay. I don't see anything bad happening to this. And they have been, let's see, throwing it as hard as they can. Yeah, I don't see anything coming out of it.
This is fun. Oh, no. Let's play dodgeball.
Dodgeball, yeah. Yeah.
Did you know that in hacky sack?
Okay, I think the nylons are holding out really good. Okay, let's try out that one. That one is just with beans. Oh, okay. What's your fun fact?
If in the game, in the actual game hacky sack, if you search someone or whatever, so if they don't hit it and it goes inside of their leg, they can go on their back, like facing the wall, and the person who got the black hole, and all the other people who are playing get to throw the hacky sack as hard as they can at their back.
Okay, that's not cool to do. Let's not do that.
My dad told me.
Okay, well, that's an old school 90s rule. That's not what we do now. That's ridiculous.
I almost got it that time. Maddie.
I think the only thing I worry about the pellets is about the beans is if they break apart, maybe like they can become like sharp edges and maybe break the nylon. Yep, go right ahead. Oh, Cameron's on the other side. He's going to be like, what is going on? Okay, maybe just throw it at the ground. He's going to come out.
Good job.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
Hard as possible.
Is it the Superman throw?
Okay, give it to me. That was a great job.
Okay, let me see it. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm getting hot. We're working up a sweat. Do you notice anything break? Oh, what is? Oh, no, that's just dirt from the outside.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just the grass and stuff.
I don't see anything breaking. It's actually harder to see the stitches through here because this one wasn't as full.
I feel like it's good, though.
Okay, so like there's like, is that like a broken piece right there? You see it?
Maybe it might be. Do you want me to try to pull it out?
Oh, I'm just wondering.
Let's hacky sack with the water balloon.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
They're both still in really good shape. I think the nylon was the key, regardless of what you put inside of them. Okay, so after running this little experiment with my kids, I would say that the most important thing, regardless of what you put inside of them, is to have these. Whether it's these foot nylon, the nylon socks, or like actual nylons, I feel like this is a lot cheaper to do because you get so many of these. But I feel like poly pellets alone are not going to work. poly pellets and beans absolutely work together, or just beans. I do like the whole poly pellets and beans because I feel like you could adjust the weight of them way more easy than you can if you were just using the beans. So I might use just a mixture of the two. Yeah, I'm I was gonna say absolutely and actually. So I'm absolutely very happy that I figured this out. And now I can make a bunch and not have to cut them up this time. And I'm very excited about that. I have a couple markets coming up, and with these being as popular as they are, I am really excited to just start busting them out. I do plan on selling them, I think, for maybe like $6 each, two for 10 type deal, because everything that I make that's about that size is about $5. I mean, I have balls for catnip toys and I sell them for $5. So I could see maybe charging like an extra dollar just because of the poly pellets. But yeah, that's my plan. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little experiment and you got some more insight on how you can make the hacky sacks and what works for them and what doesn't. I will see you guys next time. And remember, above all else, Jesus loves you. Bye.